team work whales for our entertainment. So the reason I got so interested in this topic is because I watched the documentary Blackfish, and it kind of inspired me to do a lot of research into like what all goes into keeping these orcas captive and how they actually get them for the wild. So what I was able to find out is this is not like a new thing, it's been on for a while, but businesses like SeaWorld have tried to kind of keep it under wraps. Like the last couple of years there was a death by a trainer on Don Rancho, which is like really media cover, like a lot of people kind of knew about it, and what we kind of found out was that that whale had killed a lot of people before, and they continue to keep it at the SeaWorld like to this day. So I just kind of think it's like a really big issue. So kind of like the body of everything is how in the wild there's never been like a recording of orca whale killing human, but there's been so many when they are in captivity, and keeping them in these confined cages, it kind of turns them crazy, for lack of better words. Like it's psychologically traumatizes them, and it really messes them up. So kind of the only way they know how to act out is through anger. So it's kind of like
Okay.
captured. And that kind of just goes along with what I just said. I really like this image I found. It's like if you were in a bathtub for 25 years, don't you think you'd go a little second?
What kind of sources did you use to gather your research?
I use a lot from PETA and a lot from CAPS.
Okay, so
PETA, pretty well known, but CAPS is CAPS to the Animal Protective Society.
Okay.
And so they had like more than I expected.
So you're taking a lot of like primary sources.
Yeah, when I tried to like get stuff from SeaWorld, they're not gonna like put anything out that's negative.
Right.
It seems they're just going out that it's not an issue, that they've done so much for research.
Gotcha.
And they have, like I can't say that SeaWorld's all bad.
Right.
I think that we're like modernized enough now that we don't need to have the animals in captivity to really learn about it.
Right.
So
There's something different.
I guess like I'm trying to get to people like the ethics of it, like what's right and wrong. Like, we try to hold ourselves to like a high moral standard. We're not doing that by keeping them in captivity. And if after all this you really just don't care about the whales at the end of the day, at least think that you're putting trainers, other human beings at risk by having them get into tanks with these animals that are traumatized. So, to quote by the Oceanic Preservation Society, another source that I use. And call to action is to not go to SeaWorld.
Okay. So boycott?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just basically don't eat SeaWorld.
Right. Very cool. Very cool. In terms of all three projects, if we were to talk about peer review, how did you do peer review in high school, for instance, versus what you've experienced at FYC?
Well, in high school, I kind of hated peer review because my other peers just didn't really care at all. But in college, it's a lot different because they actually have things, helpful criticisms to give back to you. And I was really surprised on how much my grade definitely improved after I from an intermediate draft to final draft. Yeah, showed a lot of difference. So.
If you were to have an ideal peer review, something that really guided you, helped you out the most, what would that look like?
Well, in
terms of quantity, like how many comments before it gets to be too many, and what kind of tone, what kind of comments would people leave?
Well, I'm not too I don't really get offended when people criticize. I kind of need a lot because I have huge grammar issues, so I don't mind if my thing's just completely marked up, and that's all the things I can change. So personally, I like
and how do you like doing peer review for your classmates?
It's kind of interesting to really. I like to read their papers, but I had no idea a lot of people were doing it. But it's helpful.
Did you find that you learned the rubric better by doing peer review?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I have it memorized.
Yeah.
You're doing it for so many.
Right. And what about doing it online versus face to face or on paper? How's the difference been? Benefits and negatives.
I think it's good for some people who be nervous to give criticisms. It's kind of you're hidden behind the computer and maybe you don't know whose paper it actually is.
Right.
But I probably wouldn't have had a big issue with this paper. But I can can see how it's
no numbers of shootings.
Cool. Thank you so much.